Welcome to Smashville. This is PK Subban.
I'm Dan Hamhuis.
This is Craig Smith.
This is Mike Fisher.
But you need to dig in right now, every guy.
Everybody loves their soldiers until they come home and stop fighting.
Enough is enough.
They need me to bleed, and I'll bleed for my team.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
This is Ryan Johansson. Welcome to Smashville.
This is Philip Forsberg.
I'm Victor Arvidsson.
I'm Ryan Ellis.
I'm Matthias Ekholm.
I'm Beckerin, and you're listening to the Renegades of Puck with Crazy Charlie.
Crazy Charlie puts words in my mouth. You can't trust that guy.
If you can't get some fire, some passion, some energy, and figure out how in the hell to talk about this magnificent sport of hockey that has taken over the city of Nashville, then why are you on the radio? You don't deserve it, and you should do the honorable thing and turn your mic in. You're making a damn fool of yourself.
This is my declaration. I'm coming after every single one of you. The lazy, the tired, the boring voices out there. Your time is up. I'm Crazy Charlie Saunier.
I'm Pete Weber of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Find a way, boys. No more half-stepping.
Now, here's your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier.
Welcome to the Bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier, and before we get started with the no half-stepping hockey coverage, first, let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show. Once you're good and educated about the show, click on that merchandise tab. It can take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt and all the gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck. Socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, all still available in our online store. The best way to say it is that we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this independent operation, so here's how you can jump in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. You can find us on Instagram and Threads. You can also find us on Facebook and X. So please, whatever social media platform it is that you prefer, it doesn't take you a second, doesn't cost you a thing, but it sure does go a long way to helping the Renegades of Puck. YouTube, it's where we could use the most help. Please subscribe to our channel over there on YouTube, turn on those notifications, and help us spread those links around. We're always posting and creating new content over there. As a matter of fact, we just created something really great for the Red River Spartans, an all-time franchise best of montage, highlights, packages, all that kind of stuff, analysis, breakdowns. It's all on our YouTube page. So please check us out, help us out over there. We sure would appreciate it. Now listen, if you want to support the show financially, like several Renegades have done recently, you can scan the QR code that is over there on our virtual tip jar, also known as the swear jar, or you can just go to Venmo and search Renegades of Puck. Every dollar goes directly to the Renegades of Puck and to helping with our future operations and projects, construction getting underway in 2025 on a brand new set for a new part of the show. We'll have more on that as the project starts to get underway. So that takes care of all of the plugs. Now let's get to the No Half Steppin' hockey coverage. I know it's time, so let me deliver the goods. Time for operation number 950. That's right. It is time for episode number 950. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division after 39 games skated. They have a record of 12, 20, and 7. 31 points has them well outside the playoff picture looking in. We'll update the entirety of the Central Division here in a moment. On the road, the Predators are 13-4. That's right. The Predators have finally picked up their 4th road victory of the season. They have 94 goals for. They've given up 122 goals against. It's a goal differential of minus 28. The Predators' next game will be in Calgary against the Flames. It'll be the second night of back-to-back, the first night being in Vancouver. We'll recap that one coming up here in just a couple of minutes. But first, let's update you on the Central Division at the end of today's gameplay. Winnipeg Jets are still in first place with 56 points. The Minnesota Wild are in second place with 52 points. Then you'll find the Colorado Avalanche with third place with 48 points. Dallas right behind them, 47 points in fourth place. The St. Louis Blues have 42 points in fifth place. Utah finds themselves in sixth place at 40 points. The Predators at 31 points are in seventh place with the Blackhawks Blackhawks in last place in 8th in the Central with 28 points on the season. The Preds next week ahead after this second night of back-to-back. Regular Tuesday night in Winnipeg to wrap up the 6th game of this 6-game road trip. Also the second time stopping in Winnipeg on this 6-game road trip. And then finally back home next Saturday. So the Preds do get a couple of days off after this long road trip. Saturday facing off against the Washington Capitals. The 14th of January we'll see the Vegas Golden Knights at Bridgestone Arena. The 16th of January we'll see the Chicago Blackhawks at Bridgestone Arena. The 18th of January we'll see the Minnesota Wild at Bridgestone Arena. Now, the Predators and the Calgary Flames have already met 2 times this season, so this will be the 3rd and final meeting of the regular season. Let's take you back to November the 15th when the Predators made their first visit to Calgary. They fell 2-0 to the Flames. It was Saros getting the start. Played almost good enough, 31 out of 32, but takes the loss. Wolf gets the shutout with 29 saves. Coleman and Mirmanov gets the goals for the Calgary Flames. On the 10th of December, it was the Predators falling to the Calgary Flames at Bridgestone Arena by a score of 4-3. UC Saros takes the loss again, going 24 out of 28. Marchessault does pick up 2 goals for the Nashville Predators. Novak also picks up a goal. Vladar gets the victory for the Calgary Flames, going 17 out of 20. Pahal, Rooney, Kadri, and Huberdeau score the goals for the Calgary Flames. So the Predators on the season series 0-2 have not picked up a single point out of the 4 that they could have, and they've been outscored 6-3 by the Calgary Flames. Before we get into the Flames individually and then the game matchup, let's talk about the injury update for the Nashville Predators because we've had to add a little bit to this. Tommy Novak is listed as day-to-day, Wilsby as listed as day-to-day, and Smith is still on injured reserve, anticipated another 4 weeks until his return. Now, the Calgary Flames on the season are 18-13-7. They have 43 points. They're 5th overall in the Pacific Division. On home ice, though, a very respectable record. 13 of their 18 wins come on the home rink. 13-5-3 on home ice. 104 goals for 116 goals against. Goal differential of -12. Their most recent stretch of action, 5 games completed, 12-21, saw a 6-4 win versus Chicago Blackhawks. December the 28th saw a 3-1 win at the San Jose Sharks, and then the 29th, the next 93-0 loss at the Vegas Golden Knights. On the 31st of December, a 3-1 win versus Vancouver, and their most recent game on the 2nd of January, a 5-3 loss versus Utah. Vladar got the start, took the loss, going 21 out of 25. When we talk about the NHL rankings between these two teams in this matchup, for the Nashville Predators, still 32nd overall in the NHL at 2.41 goals per game. The Calgary Flames at 26th in the NHL, 2.66 goals per game. In the goals against category, the Predators are at 21st, 3.13 given up per game, while Calgary is giving up 3.03 per game. They are 16th overall. In the shots for category, the Predators are 12th at 29.2. The Calgary Flames are generating 29.4 shots on goal per game. That's 11th overall. Shots against, Calgary's at 24th in the league, 29.3 per game, while the Predators are giving up 29.2. That is 27th overall in the NHL. In the special teams categories, the Nashville Predators are converting at 18.4% of the power play, is 21st overall in the league, 20 conversions at 109 opportunities. Calgary, 20.8% conversion rate, is 19th best in the NHL, 22 conversions, 106 opportunities. On the penalty kill, the Predators move back up 1 tick with their most recent performance. 84.3% kill rate is 4th best in the NHL. The Predators have given up 19 power play goals against on the season. Calgary Flames have the 29th rated penalty kill in the NHL. The kill rate of 71.7%. 32 power play goals against on the season. 113 times shorthanded. Sorry about that. When it comes to the top scorers for each individual team, let's start with the home team, Calgary Flames. Huberdeau at 16 goals and 13 assists for 29 points. Nazem Kadri, 14 goals and 13 assists for 27 points. Zari's got 10 and 12 for 22. Uyghur's got 4 and 16 for 20. And Coleman, 9 goals, 10 assists for 19 points overall. On the Nashville Predators side of the ledger, Philip Forsberg continues leading the way. 9 goals, 22 assists for 31 overall points. Marchessault, 14 goals, 14 assists. 28 total points, 14 goals, leads the Nashville Predators. Roman Jossi's got 7 goals and 18 assists for 25 points. Stamkos is at 12 and 12 for 24. And O'Reilly's got 9 goals plus 13 assists for 22 points. Let's talk about the anticipated goaltending matchup. We know for the Nashville Predators, second night of back-to-backs, it's going to be Newton, 2-2 with the Nashville Predators, 2.58 goals against average, a .921 save percentage. Wolf has a record of 12-5 and 2, a 2.61 goals against average, .914 save percentage. Due to the rotation, Vladar taking the loss in the previous game against Utah, just expecting Wolf to get the start. Wolf does have one victory against the Predators earlier in the season on November the 15th, 29 save shutout. Updating you on UC Saros' stats before we wrap up the preview. UC Saros is now 9-16-6 on the season. He has a 2.72 goals against average, a .906 save percentage, but this is the update here. 4 shutouts now on the season. That ties a career high, and that is also second best in the NHL currently. That's going to do it. Got you all set up for the Calgary Flames hosting the Nashville Predators. It's the Preds on the second night of back-to-backs, and they were softened up by the Vancouver Canucks. Let's see how the game result went. I can tell you, though, it was a physical night, and the Preds had to pick themselves up quite a bit in this game. That was the preview portion of things. Now it's time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to January the 3rd of the year 2025. It still sounds like science fiction to me. When the Nashville Predators were in Vancouver to take on the Canucks, that also sounds like science fiction. Head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his lines of defensemen in the following way: Forsberg, Stamkos, and Marchessault, Nyquist, O'Reilly, and Nastroza. Jankowski, Svechnikov is back in the Nashville Predators. Evangelista, Weisblatt making his NHL debut. McCarron and Sissons maybe your fourth line. Josi and Barron, Shea and Blankenberg, Stastny back in the lineup. Shen is his defensive partner. UC Saros gets the start on the road in Vancouver. We're 3-1 into the first period. Before we get to our first action, UC Saros coming with a save on Sherwood. That is the first shot on goal of the game at the 3:19 mark of the first period. Saros comes with the save on Miller's breakaway. Huge early moment in the game for one of the first. Lankinen comes up with the save on Brady Shea at the 7:52 mark of the first period. It's Lankinen coming up with the save on Svechnikov at 8:49 of the first period. It's Saros coming up with the save on Soucy through heavy traffic out there. The 9:41 mark sees McCarron versus Joshua, 5 minutes each. Some old scores to settle with Joshua going back to last year's playoff series, possibly playing out right there on the ice. 10:19 now at the first period. Lankinen coming with the save on the captain, Roman Josi, and with the 12:08 mark now this first period's Lankinen with the save on Nyquist's one-timer. 14:11 the first. Saros comes with the save on Sherwood. 16:43. Saros a save on Sherwood, and the rebound has to be cleared out of the crease area by the defense. Sherwood buzzing all over the place against his former team, the Nashville Predators. 17:59 the first period. Saros coming with the save on Miller's backhand. He cuts to the middle and has a great scoring chance. Saros, a big-time save, one of many in the first period. As a matter of fact, one of 10 here in the first period. Vancouver Canucks outshoot the Nashville Predators 10-9 in the first period. At the 11-second mark of the second period, it's Bluger putting the puck into the net, but the goal is waved off immediately for goalie interference. No review, no challenge, face off, so we go back to 0-0 score. We're at the 16-second mark, so just 5 seconds later, it's Saros having to go back to work already, coming with a save on Sherwood after getting plowed in the previous play. 2:35 now, the second period. Saros coming with a save on DeBrusk at the 2:47 mark of the second period. UC Saros is coming with a save on Garland at the post with the skate. Another of a high-quality save in this game. A number of them by UC Saros. 5:18 now of the second period. Slankinen coming with the save on Heine Strohs at the 29 mark of the second period. It's UC Saros coming with the save on Garland at 9:22 of the second. It's Heine off the box. 2 minutes for hooking on Weisblatt. Weisblatt making a difference in his first game as a Nashville Predator. Marchessault, though, picks up a penalty. 2 minutes for tripping, negating the power play, making it a 4-on-4 scenario for 1 minute and 5 seconds. And let's be honest with you, while each team had a little bit of power play time plus some 4-on-4 time, it was pretty ugly hockey in here with both teams getting good chances, but nobody being able to hit the net. Both teams coming close, but not close enough. 12:49 now. Hoaglander's off the box. 2 minutes for roughing Lankinen. Would have to come with a save on Luke Evangelista, but that was a low-danger wrist shot. As a matter of fact, it was basically a dump, and while Lankinen was just standing there at the top of his crease, gloved it down easily and held on. Now we go back to even strength hockey. We find ourselves in 16:53 of the second period. That's where we find Steven Stamkos breaking through on the score sheet for his 12th goal of the season. It was a give and go with Marchessault at the left circle, and a heavy one-timer beats Lankinen clean. The Nashville Predators have a 1-0 lead on Stamkos' 12th of the season. That would be the final event of the second period. We hit the end of the period with Vancouver out shooting Nashville 20-12. So the Vancouver Canucks with 10 shots on goal in each period. The Predators with 9 in the first, but only 3 in the second. Benefit for the Predators, one of those 3 actually went in. 11 seconds into the third period, UC Saros coming with a save on Bluger. We are 2:41 now into the final period here, and UC Saros is coming up with a save on Heine. And 3:03 now of the third. It's Saros coming with a save on 4:44. Saros continues doing the heavy lifting here with a save on Sasson. And at 5:04 of the third period, it's Forsberg off the box. 2 minutes for holding in the offensive zone. Bad penalty right here by Philip Forsberg, but the Predators' penalty kill, which has fallen in the rankings as of late, looking to climb back up the charts with an appearance like this. 0 shots against and a very strong penalty kill, bailing Philip Forsberg out in this scenario. We hit the 7:43 mark now of the third period. UC Saros coming up with a save right here at the 8:16 mark of the third period. Lankinen coming with a save on Heine Stroza at 9:21 of the third period. Saros coming with a save on Suter's redirect. Tough job right here, tracking the puck right here. Otherworldly skills by the netminder for the Nashville Predators. 9:33 of the third period. Lankinen coming with a save on Luke Evangelista's breakaway. Evangelista gets in too tight, and he can't make the play. Tough one here for the Nashville Predators as they were looking to break this one open. 10:48 now, halfway through the third period. Lankinen coming with a save on Blankenberg. We flip over to the backside of the sheet, and we pick the action up at 12:45, where we find Luke Evangelista off the box. 2 minutes for high, sticking with that Predators penalty kill, which has been so strong in this game, is about to duplicate that effort from earlier. As a matter of fact, this one might have been even better. 0 shots on goal. Stastny and Yossi out there doing the work. As a matter of fact, leading the rush, and if they hadn't given the puck to Michael McCarron, they probably would have found a shorthanded goal off of that rush. So Stastny and Yossi deserve a lot of credit for what they were doing out there on the penalty kill. Back to 5-on-5 hockey in the final minutes. We're about to hit the empty net scenario. 16:45 of the third period. Lankinen coming with a save on McCarron. 17:27. Saros comes up with a save on Myers. And at 18:16 now in the third period, it's Gus Nyquist with his 7th goal of the season into the empty net. Nyquist has been looking to break through for quite some time. As a matter of fact, the last time he scored a goal was when the Predators were in Vancouver and picked up a victory. So Gus Nyquist picks up the empty net goal, making it 2-0 in favor of the Nashville Predators. We go to the 19:28 mark of the third period, and it's Colton Sissons with his 4th goal of the season, also an empty net goal. Some patience there to elude the defender and pop that puck into the top part of the net. That gives the Preds a 3-0 lead over the Canucks, and that's going to be your final. The Canucks do outshoot the Nashville Predators 27-19 for the game. So the Nashville Predators get 9 shots on goal in the first period and 10 shots on goal for the remaining 2 periods, but the only ones that matter are the 3 of those 10 that went in, and that gives the Nashville Predators a 3-0 victory in Vancouver. Their 2nd road win of the year in Vancouver, only their 4th road win of the season. So half their road victories this season have come against the Vancouver Canucks. So again, the Predators do win this thing 3-0 against the Canucks. UC Saros gets a shutout. It was absolutely stellar in this performance. Vancouver Canucks outshoot the Predators 27-19, and the Preds, at least for one night, get a chance to take a deep breath. But those deep breaths are probably going to hurt, because what you haven't noticed and what you won't pick up until the box score was the physical toll that this game took on the Nashville Predators. The Vancouver Canucks knew that they were undermanned, and they knew they were a little bit underskilled as far as their top-end offensive threats, so they came out with a mission to play Rick Tocchet-style hockey and to go out there and prove a point and bury the Predators into the ice, and they did that for much of this game. That was an incredibly physical game that the Nashville Predators just won. It was an incredibly physical game, kind of one-sided. Vancouver really handed it to the Preds throughout this game. We'll get into that in the box score, the numbers, and more coming up. And next, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
All right, that was the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Let's get into some analysis right here, and it all starts with UC Saros. 27 out of 27 in this game. It was the fourth shutout of the season, which ties his career high. He's second in the NHL with 4 shutouts this season, 1 behind the league leader, and it's his 27th career shutout. So UC Saros was absolutely stellar in this game. 4 shutouts on 9 wins this season. That's absolutely insane, and he was great in this game. He had to come up with a number of big reactionary saves, stopped a breakaway, and was just solid in net all night long. Again, 27 out of 27 for his 4th shutout of the season. The Nashville Pers finally pick up their 4th road victory of the season. Steven Stamkos picks up the game-winning goal in this game. It was his 12th goal of the season, and that one-timer is just such impressive stuff. He gives it to Marchessault, waiting to get it back, and just loads up, and it looked like the back of that net exploded long before anybody on the broadcast, or I think anybody had noticed it had gone into the net. Stamkos just delivering the goods, as he always does with that big-time shot. And again, for the Predators who have been offensively deficient, Stamkos getting his 12th goal right here, picking up a game-winning goal. That's nice stuff right there for this Predators team. Now, the other 2 goals for the Predators were empty net goals. So Nyquist picks up an empty net goal. He also had an assist. He needed that one not more than anybody. Phil Forsberg needed that one the most, but Nyquist second on that list for needing a goal under any circumstance to get out of the funk that he's in. So he picks up an empty net goal. He missed so many chances in this game. One-timers with wide open nets where he just could not find the accuracy, but he does with the empty net, and hopefully that's the beginning of Gus Nyquist breaking through again, because Gus Nyquist anticipated to be on the move at some point this season. Well, his trade value had just absolutely plummeted over this goalless streak that he'd been on. So for the Predators' sake and Gus Nyquist's sake, I hope that this is the beginning of good things. Philip Forsberg did pick up an assist. Colton Sissons also had the other empty net goal in this game. Got to mention Colton Sissons. Also added an assist with that one, and Colton Sissons with the patience on that one. That was pretty neat to see. Empty net goals don't usually have a lot of flair to it. That one did have just a little bit. So Colton Sissons picks up a goal after not getting on the score sheet very much at all this season. Colton Sissons consistently in the last 2 weeks or so has started to really uptick on some statistics. Now, let's talk about Philip Forsberg picking up an assist. He's got 22 assists on the season. That paces the Predators 31 points overall. Leads the team as 1938 in time on ice. Was solid out there. He was mixing it up. He did take a bad penalty, but also he was just mixing it up in general. He had 2 hits in this game. But again, another night where he's just missing shots. 3 missed shots again. It's been well chronicled on this show and everywhere else that Philip Forsberg is just having having some level of accuracy difficult, and now he's deferring to his line mates more and more in each and every opportunity. There was at least once in this game where I thought that Philip Forsberg had an opportunity to shoot and passed up to make a pass that wasn't necessarily a great idea. Weisblatt, Ozzy, makes his NHL debut as a Nashville Predator. It was well chronicled on the broadcast, the tremendous story of his family. Ozzy had one blocked shot in this game. He draws a penalty, 9:40 total time on ice. Most importantly, I loved what I heard in his post-game comments. He said, felt totally normal, totally comfortable, didn't feel like he was out of place out there, couldn't wait to get back out there and do it again. This is the type of player that the Nashville Predators really need in the lineup. I would love to see him get more opportunity in Calgary against the Flames. Again, Ozzy Weisblatt making his NHL debut for the Nashville Predators, and a lot of the broadcast focused on his story, so I will not rehash that again right here. That's going to do it for the analysis portion of things. After all, it's a very, very quick turnaround with back-to-back, so let's get to the good, cold, hard numbers known as the box score. We'll do that after we hear from our good friends at Stripe Digital Solutions, coming back right here on the Renegades of Puck.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
Welcome back in. It's time for the good, cold, hard numbers. Let's run it down. It was Nyquist, Sissons, and Stamkos, the goal scorers for the Nashville Predators. Assists spread out. Philip Forsberg, Jonathan Marchessault, Gus Nyquist, Colton Sissons. Blankenberg and Yossi also contributing with assists. Shots on goal with such a low shot total. I was actually surprised to find someone with 3, and it's Svechkov with 3. His recall to the Nashville Predators. He continues firing the puck on the net at every opportunity. He paces the Preds in this game with the shots on goal, leading 3. Block shots 3 was also the magic number there. Brady Shea and Heinz Rosa with 3 block shots each in this game. Roman Josi also blocked 3. Hits, there was only one clear leader in this one. It was Luke Schenn with 8. His type of game out there. As a matter of fact, the Preds could have used a little bit more snarl across the board in this one, because they were getting pushed around, knocked around, and frankly, getting the shit kicked out of them all over the ice. And I'll tell you, it's when you're out hit 51-21, you may come away with victory in the 2 points. And for right now, that's all the Nashville Predators need. They can trade an ass whooping for a couple of points, and that's what they had to do in Vancouver. Vancouver knew they didn't have their most lethal offensive threats out there, so Vancouver tried to make Nashville pay a price for everything. The Preds, well, they paid that price. They come away with a 3-0 victory, but they were out hit 51-21 in this game. Hits leader again, Schenn had 8. Nobody else on the Preds with more than 2. When it comes to the time on ice leaders, first night of back-to-back, still tough to manage against a team like Vancouver when you were in an almost scoreless game for 2/3 of it. 19:38 paces the Preds. That's Philip Forsberg, and then you'll hit 18:46 at Marchessault in 18 minutes at Steven Stamkos. On the defensive side of things, 3 of the defensemen over 20 minutes, of course, paced by the captain, Roman Josi, 23:53, then 21:38 for Shea, 21:21 for Nick Blankenberg. Power play for the Predators was 0 for 2 in this game. Your power play time on ice leaders, 209 for Forsberg, 208 for Marchessault and Ryan O'Reilly, and then 219 for the captain, Roman Josi. The Predators' power play was absolutely stellar in this game, looking a lot more like the number 1 overall unit in the league, but they had fallen down to 5th, now back, jumped up 1 spot to 4th, but they were 3 for 3 in this game, and they were outstanding. Did not give up a single shot on 2 of the most important power plays for the Canucks in this game. The penalty kill time on ice leaders are as follows. Jankowski at 3:06, 2:52 for Colton Sissons, 2:04 for Michael McCarron, 3:07 for Nick Blankenberg, and 2:45 for Brady Shea. Your netminder was your netminder is not Roman Josi. Your netminder is UC Saracens game 27 out of 27. An in-game save percentage of 1,000. 26 even strength saves. No power play saves. 1 shorthanded save. 4th shutout on the season. 27th of his NHL career. Other numbers falling out of the box score that might be interesting. The power play over 2, the penalty kill 3 for 3. So in a special teams battle, the Preds unable to break through, but they did prevent the Canucks from getting on the board. Again, Quinn Hughes not in the lineup. The Predators might have caught Vancouver in a very opportune moment. Face-off winning percentage dead even right down the middle, but it was the physical component of the game and the puck possession parts of the game where the Predators were just really overwhelmed. 51 hits for Vancouver to 21 for Nashville. The Preds did have 19 block shots, 2 takeaways, but 23 overall giveaways. That's going to do it for the good, cold, hard numbers known as the box score. Let's wrap this episode up. Listen, it's episode number 950, and you know what? Got the first night of back-to-backs, middle of the night, 9 o'clock start in the Central Time Zone. Here we are recording the show at nearly 2 in the morning. It's freezing cold. I am exhausted, but it is episode number 950, and how can I not be jacked up to bring the No Half Step and Jam out here in the bunker and into the trenches to each and every one of you Renegades of Puck. Listen, for the Preds, it's easy. They got softened up by the Canucks, but they got to go find a way in Calgary. They've dropped 2 games against the Flames this year. The Flames are not that good of a team overall. 5th in the Pacific. The Preds are 7th in the Central. The Predators need to find a way to pick up 2 out of the 6 available points from the Calgary Flames this year, and they need to do it in this game. So softened up by Vancouver, but they've got to find a way to do it. Just get on the Ozzy Weisblatt energy. Get on that type of enthusiasm. Just jump on that. Start playing some hockey with some fun and some joy and some enthusiasm. You know, like the way we do here in the bunker, the way we cover the games. Episode number 950 is in the books. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I think you know by now, over all these years, all these episodes, how much I appreciate it. Milestones, milestone numbers, whatever. It doesn't mean a thing. Episode 950 is as bare bones as it could be. We're bringing it straight to you, straight to the people. We're getting it done in the middle of the night so it can be ready for you to go first thing in the morning on Saturday because it's the first night of back-to-backs. So now, the operation is complete. That's going to do it. I appreciate your time. Appreciate your viewership. Most importantly, I appreciate each and every one of you. At this point in time, I am starting to freeze out here in the bunker. So we'll go ahead and sign off right there. Stick taps, love, and respect. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier.